Well, I want to record it on my computer too.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
feel like it's a ray. I'm covered in rays.
You are shining bright today.
Seriously, what a morning. Okay. So you know that pri prior to me speaking to you and us doing our session, my biggest hang up was networking.
Hmm.
Getting there, getting dressed for the event, the anxiety about driving there, the anxiety about me meeting people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And wanting
So
to hide in the corner.
And oh yeah, finding the corner in the furthest part of the room, and yes, and then sweating and melting from there on in.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
you
remember.
know, yeah. So this morning I went to a Creative Mornings event. I did not go knowing anybody. So that's the first thing. I didn't reach out and ask anybody to come join me, which is what I've always done. Hey, would you be interested? So it's like a safety net.
Right.
Didn't do it. I woke up this morning and you remember you said to rub my fingers, and I found myself naturally doing that.
Oh,
I
perfect.
hopped out of bed like everything was a breeze. I knew what I was wearing. I mean, I hadn't chosen this. Got my choose happy
Hmm.
shirt. I popped my pin on, like without a care in the world. Like everything was easy. I jumped in my car and actually I went to video record a message to you because it was so easy. I was excited about going, which is what you said I would be.
Yeah.
Excited. Off I went on the road without a care in the world with the music going. Again, like the journey on the freeway would freak me out. I'd be stressing. Easy as easy, like the traffic was moving out of its way. Okay.
Hmm.
Not only did I get to the wrong car park, that was no problem because I just turned around and found the right one. Again, I would have been like, okay.
Yeah.
As soon as I get out the car, I see somebody heading, I see lots of people heading in the directions. Said to this lady, are you going to Creative Mornings? Yes. So we hooked up and started in like talking. I would never do that, ever. We walked in. I was confident to write my name on my name badge, even though I had no glasses. I just made a joke out of it. I didn't think about it. Like normally I'm taking a breath beforehand and overthinking. Walked in, sat front and center. Like I couldn't have been more prominent in my yellow. Okay? Comfortable. Like when I was ready, I just kept glancing around the room. And as you said, you'd feel into people that you need to go speak to, happen to see people that I've met recently, but be able to go up to them like they were old friends. It was bizarre, like seeing like me behave like this, just
Hmm.
totally comfortable. I got a hug from one of the singers who came over. Normally, I'd be like, it was all fine, and the high fives randomly from people. And then when they got to the point where they were asking for volunteers, not that I knew what the volunteers were for, I found my arm. Seriously. So off I went up onto the stage. There were a good 350 plus people in this room. So off I went on the stage, and Vicky, I introduced myself calmly and clearly and slowly, like it was no rush.
Yeah.
And to be able to say, hi, my name is Michelle I used my full name, Michelle McCone Campbell, and I am a professional speaker, confidence coach, and awesome motivator. And they all went, ooh. Was just mind blowing. I explained to them very briefly and concisely what I did and who I did it for. And when I finished, because they only said, like, introduce yourself. When I finished, like, not feeling uncomfortable like I would normally do, like, ready to sit and move and run, um, they actually said, the guy that was running this, the whole kabang, and it was like Blumenthal, some big names. Like the main guy was in Hamilton. He's worked with the Obamas. It was that sort of
Yes.
crap. Like seriously, these are
Yeah.
people. They went, can you just keep talking? That's what they said to me. Can you just keep talking? And everyone went, yeah. It was just mind blowing, Vicky.
Yeah.
So there was so much more that went on that is so not like me and has to be because of our session. I mean, has to be.
Yes.
So I cannot thank you enough. Even my humor, so when I got up on stage, I realized that um, they wanted us to answer questions about Charlotte from the UK. Like I had no hope. But instead of getting stressed, I just said, can I ask a friend? I was actually bringing the audience into this. So when I get off, the girl that I'd met briefly earlier said, you were phenomenal. And I see why you're a professional speaker. Everybody was hanging off every single word. They were high-fiving me. Like, it's just
Yes.
bizarre. Okay.
Yeah.
So leaving there and being able to say bye to everybody and having conversations as I went out, like, this is not me. Usually I shuffle out. Usually I
Right.
shuffle out. But I left, and was waving at people. People were waving at me in the car park. Seriously. And when I got into my car, I put on the radio, and do you know what song it was?
What?
This Girl Is on Fire.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
It's just like,
Yes, yes. And for people that are seeing this, and you say you're a professional speaker and everything, but you do amazing as a professional speaker, but this was a totally different thing. This was a networking event that usually just stress the heck out of you because you felt like you were out of your element. And I love
really.
that this was your experience because that's what we really worked on.
That's what we really worked on. Like, and I did, we can do these things, hypnosis, and because you don't feel like you're under with
Mhm.
hypnosis, you're conscious, but clearly you're not conscious. But do you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
getting deep.
Yeah.
So you can come out of it and feel like, well, I know I feel different, but hey, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
right? That's it. Um, yeah, I am phenomenal on the stage when I am prepared. And we can all be amazing when we are prepared and ready and we know what to expect. There's nothing coming out that is unknown. But that doesn't necessarily that somebody that looks confident on a stage is performing is good when they're in this space where the unknown is all that you're surrounded with. You don't know
Yeah.
who's there or what's, how you just don't know. So to be able to be in that space today, Vicky, I come from a place where years ago I wouldn't have said boo to anybody. Like I wouldn't have spoken, my head was down. That's why I do the work I do. So to see that transformation so immediately was phenomenal. I came back in the car. I was like, I have to tell Vicky. I can't just write this. I need you to see me
Yeah.
because this is what it did. I was like, I was so not British. But then, and you remember I said to you, I wanted to be confident but not arrogant. It just made me glow from inside out. That's how I sat. I didn't question a single movement, a single conversation, a single anything ever for 2.5 hours. That is like polar opposite to where
Yes.
I would have been.
Oh, I
So
am
thank you.
I am
Thank you.
so happy and thank you for sharing that with me today because one of the things that it just makes my heart sing is when somebody has an amazing um, display of how it worked for them so quickly, especially.
My goodness. Like waking up excited was like, whoa, seriously, never ever. So all I can say is if like it doesn't have to, I think what I've recognized is I've always thought we need to tap into resources when it's for a specific like professional blood, there's a reason, there's an outcome. But actually the everyday, how we show up every day is really what makes the difference. And I cannot stress enough. I know you're phenomenal because I've worked with you before, okay?
Hmm.
But that doesn't mean that, you don't go away with, "Hmm, I wonder, okay? I wonder." Um, but oh my goodness, the outcome of me today, this is the me that I dreamed of seeing. I knew was in there, but didn't know how to get it out. I could write it down and I can do the things and I can see it in everybody else. But for me, I just needed some other way of like tugging it out. And that's what you did. Like I am forever grateful. Seriously.
All right.
Because
Perfect.
this is where we start, like seriously.
Yeah.
Where do we
Yeah.
go from here?
Ah, that's another question for another day because that's
Yeah,
going to be amazing, right?
yeah. So thank you.
My
Thank you.
pleasure. My pleasure.